Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays live show here in our YouTube channel. We are back to break down some NBA and college basketball games for Saturday's slate. Massive college basketball slate for us on Saturday. We have the Dog of the Week and the Parlay Lock as well. Trey, let's get right into these plays. We're going to start in the NBA. It's going to be the Warriors going up
Hey,
against
we didn't mention the $50 wheel spin for our members.
and a $50 wheel spin for our members. Yes, we are up to 30, I think, on the members. So, yes, we'll have another $50 wheel spin. My apologies. All right, now let's go to the NBA. I've got to pull these up on my phone. Laptop's not working right. The Atlanta Hawks at home, -2.5, over under 248.5. Trey, tell me who's winning.
Yeah, this game is going to be a very, very fun game to watch. I actually gave out this game on the NBA Game Pick side. So if you're going to be watching our videos tomorrow, you're going to be knowing where I'm going and what I love for this game. But I'm going to spoil it a little bit early and give the live viewers a pick here. I'm going to give out the Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to take them at -2.5 in this game. I really love the Hawks here. Both teams, they're coming into this game in a second game of a back-to-back. Golden State, they played in Memphis yesterday. Atlanta, they don't even have to travel. They played in Atlanta last night. So I love that we're getting the home team with both teams playing on the back-to-back here. And whenever we look at it historically, Trey Young against the Warriors, he dominates. It's a 30-piece nugget with 10 assists to go with it as well. He's going to dominate. He's going to get DeJounte Murray going early, and then Trey Young's going to shut the door on this Warriors team. Give me the Hawks here, -2.5 at home.
I'm with you. Hawks -2.5. Warriors have played the most close games in clutch time. That means a 5-point game under 5 minutes, and they have a losing record. They played 32 of those games. Warriors, they're not great this year, and it feels like, I don't know about you, Trey. This is just my take. That team is now Steph Curry has to score 50 points or they lose. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Clay's cooked. As much as I personally hate Clay myself because I'm a King James guy and there's a lot of trash talk pointing at the rings, but I think that the whole team's cooked. It's Steph Curry, and it's kind of sad to see, but also good to see at the same time.
Jonathan Kuminga, though, he's really good. I love Jonathan Kuminga. He's
Jonathan Kuminga, do you think that was dirty what he did to Embiid? Did you see the video?
All's fair when the ball's in play.
That's my motto. There's no way in hell someone lands on someone's leg like that. It looked like he wasn't even off balance. But, yeah, I guess it's all fair in love and war.
Set the tone. Set the tone. I love the play from Kuminga. I love he's a great young player, too. So, something to look forward to if you're a Warriors fan. But, all right, we're going to sweep the board here with the Atlanta Hawks -2.5. Let's go on to the Kings traveling to take on the Bulls. I gave this out as a free play. I'm going to start. Give me the Bulls here on the money line against the Kings. We're going to get them at they're at -1.5 now. Even better, actually. I thought they'd be at plus money, but the Kings are coming off 6 consecutive road games. I think they're losing right now to the Pacers on the road, too, so they're going to have to travel to Chicago after that Pacers game. They just lost against – I'm blanking. They just lost against – who'd they lose to? Oh, no.
Kings, in their last game, they lost to the Heat. They got blown out.
Thank you. I took them. They lost by 9 points, yeah. So I think this Kings team, they've got a lot of fatigue coming into this game. They've had 6 games consecutive on the road. A lot of fatigue coming in. Give me the Bulls here. Good spot for the Bulls on the money line. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. If we look at the head-to-head over the past 3 matchups, the Kings have won it, but the games have been pretty close. And this Kings team, I don't think they have the juice that they had last season. The Bulls team, they're actually kind of playing better without Zach LaVine. And LaVine, he is going to be out in this game. It is going to be pretty imperative for Kobe White to play here. Kobe White, he is questionable. If he does not play, I'm going to give a split pick. If he plays, Bulls. If he does not play, give me the Kings. I expect him to play, though, so give me the Bulls.
All right, we are both going to take the Bulls on the money line. Let's go to the last NBA game. Then we have 4 college games, and they're all basically, I think they're all top 25 matchups. Huge college slate, great games in college basketball. It's going to be the Bucks going up against the Mavericks here. Trey, Doc Rivers, new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, the savior of the Milwaukee Bucks, 0-2, coming off a loss against Portland. What do you think of Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers, hey, he's going to be coaching the Eastern Conference All-Stars maybe. He was commentating them in the booth last month, and now he's on the sidelines maybe coaching up the All-Stars because the Celtics head coach was their All-Star coach last season. You can't be All-Star coach back-to-back seasons. If the Bucks are the 2 seed, Doc Rivers is the All-Star coach. What is a better storyline than that? I'm not sure. This game's going to be pivotal if Kyrie Irving plays. He's questionable. They do have his props out, so it does look like he's at least going to play. Maybe if they're going to put out his props, I assume he's going to play. So I'm going to go with the Mavericks here at home as home pups, +4.5. The Bucks, they've not looked overly good with Doc Rivers, and I expect that trend to continue. It's really hard to implement your game plan mid-season. So I think the Bucks are just trying to push and wait for the All-Star break to happen to try to revamp their offense and defense. But it's not All-Star break yet, guys. Give me the Mavs.
Yep, it's show me, don't tell me time. I mean, the defense of the Bucks is still bad. The offense still isn't clicking. Damian Lillard's still not having a great year. Giannis I don't know if they're clicking yet. I'm going to take the Mavericks with you +4. I don't think a coaching change is going to help the team. I mean, they're sitting in second place. They didn't have a lot of problems to begin with, but the defense is still bad. So I don't know what the coaching change is for. Maybe the players want Doc Rivers in. I guess that's the only thing that matters. But I'm going to take the Mavericks +4 until I see Doc Rivers get a win. So I do love to play with you there. We're going to be sweeping the last play in the NBA. Let's go to the college games. Again, probably maybe the best Saturday college slate we're going to get for a while. It's going to be Houston going up against Kansas for the first game. Kansas is a dog on their home floor in Lawrence. Trey, your pick.
Yeah, I cannot talk about this game because this is my member game. If you want to know my side on this game, go to our YouTube channel, click that join button, and you will see all of our member videos. We drop them every day. Comes out to about 13 cents a day. Can't really beat that, but this is going to be a very, very awesome game in the Big 12.
Yeah, you can't not take Kansas. This is my lock. I'm going to take Kansas +2.5. It's at Allen Fieldhouse. If you've been to Kansas game, you know it's the hardest place to play. Houston, they're a great team. I'm not putting anything past Houston. Houston's probably the best team in the nation, but I don't remember the last time Kansas was a dog in Lawrence in the Fieldhouse. So I'm going to take Kansas here with the points. I've said a lot of times this year, Kansas isn't that good of a team, but whenever you got the home crowd, it's going to be the best game on a Saturday. The energy is going to be up. The players going to feed off the crowd. I think Kansas wins this game. I'm going to take them +2.5 as the play. Trey, let's go over to another Big 12 game. The Cyclones going up against Baylor. The Big 12 this year, obviously a powerhouse. We got a lot of top 25 teams going head-to-head. I gave this out as a free play. Yes, I gave this out as a free play. I gave out the Baylor Bears -2.5. The Cyclones, they've had Baylor's number over the last 3 meetings. They beat them twice on their home floor. I'm going to take Baylor -2.5 here. They're coming off a really good win against UCF. They put up 77 points on a top 10 defense in the nation this season. And Baylor, the offensive efficiency has been really good this year. So I do think they can put up 70+ on Iowa State, and I do think they can win this game by 3+ points. Trey?
Yeah, I'm going to side with you here. I'm going to go Baylor -2.5. I'm looking at why I think Baylor is going to win this game, and it's going to be behind the 3-point line. Baylor, they come this game. Obviously, they're at home, and that's going to help their shooting out a ton. But they shoot 40.2% from behind the arc as a team. And whenever we look at Iowa State's perimeter defense, it is in the bottom 100 in college basketball when it comes to field goal percentage allowed, but it's in the bottom 50 when it comes to three-pointers allowed per game. So Baylor, they're going to be able to get up a ton of three-pointers here. And if they shoot like they do usually, and especially here at home, Baylor's going to roll away here in this game. So I'm going to take Baylor here, -2.5 at home with you, Bear.
All right, we're on the same side there. Let's go over to another rivalry matchup. Duke against North Carolina, and then we're going to finish off with another great rivalry matchup after that. But Duke against North Carolina. North Carolina -4.5. Duke's been pretty good this year. North Carolina's been pretty good this year. Over under 151.5. Trey, how have you start?
Yeah, this might be the best rivalry in college basketball, as much as I hate both these teams. I mean, they always deliver bangers. All their games are usually pretty close. And with this being at North Carolina, I'm looking to see how their matchups has gone historically. The last 2 games in North Carolina, Duke, they won by 5 points and they won by 20 points. And then North Carolina won one, and then Duke went back-to-back. So Duke's won 4 out of the last 5 games at North Carolina. I'm going to make it 5 out of the last 6. Give me Duke here +4.5. North Carolina and Duke, neither one of them have really shown that killer instinct here to make me believe that they're going to win the national championship. But at the same time, they've really not shown anything that makes me believe that they can't. Both teams, they've been doing enough. They've been winning games. Both of them have played very tough non-conference schedules before the conference schedule kicked in. But I'm going to take the road team here. Duke, they can travel into North Carolina and walk away with a dub. So I love that we're getting points.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I think Duke's better than North Carolina, and they're going to win this game with defense. Defense is everything in this game. I think the last 2 matchups, North Carolina didn't break 60 against Duke, and Duke won both those games. And I have a kind of a test to see if Duke's good. Last game they went into Virginia Tech. I was on Virginia Tech. That's the test if you know Duke's good. They beat Virginia Tech outright on the road. I think this is a really good Duke team. I think they might even win this game. I think getting 4.5 points in a rivalry matchup, you always got to take the points. So we are going to sweep with Duke on that play as well. Also, you got to watch for RJ Davis for North Carolina. This guy, I mean, he's unstoppable. So I do still like Duke though with the points there. Let's go to another rivalry matchup. Last game on the slate, basically Tennessee against Kentucky. Kentucky, ever since I put that future in, Trey, I mean, I really shouldn't have done it because I feel like they've lost every game since I put it in. They're going to be +1.5 at home in this game. Over under 159.5. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to wait for you to give out a play, though.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. Kentucky, I feel like the line is this close. because 2 out of their best 5 players, 2 other starters are questionable for this game. So it'll be interesting to see if they do play. I think that they at least one of them will, but who knows? I'm going to take Tennessee here on the money line. This line just seems too fishy. I feel like they're just begging us to take Kentucky here at home. They're like, Kentucky has underdogs at home. You got to take them. And yes, Kentucky has been very good, but Dalton Knecht, he is just an absolute stud. Both these teams are going to be running up and down the field. It's going to be between which team is going to get more stops here. And as Bear likes to say, Kentucky, they can run, but they can't really hide on the defensive end. So I expect Tennessee, who has a very, very good defense, they force their opponents to shoot 37.5% from the field, 3rd lowest in the country here, to show up big. Give me Tennessee here on the road on the money line.
Yeah, really tough spot if you're a capper for this game. I think Tennessee offensively is way more efficient than Kentucky, even though Kentucky scores a bunch of points, and Tennessee is going to control the pace. They're a very slow team. They play really good defense. I'm going to take the under 159.5. I'm going to side with Tennessee here on the money line as well. Again, really tough because both teams coming off a loss. Kentucky blew the game against Florida. They were up by 3 in regulation. Went to overtime, lost, I think, by 4 or 5 points. That was a game at home. Florida really good this season, but they should have won that game at home. Tennessee coming off a loss against South Carolina. South Carolina out Tennessee was what I like to call it because they played better defense, was more efficient from the 3-point line. So I'm going to take Tennessee here on the money line, and I'm going to take the under 159.5. And yes, Dalton Knecht, good Lord, he's a beast. I think he's averaging 34.5 points over the last 6 games, so he is an absolute monster right now. Trey, let's go over to the dog of the week. I'm going to have you start because you are the top dog.
Yes, at the moment, I'm still squeaking out some wins here against Bear. He has more. I guess he has one more win than me, but I gave out some more underdoggy picks, and I'm going to go a little bit more conservative here. Give me Virginia. I'm going to take them at +5 in this game. I'm not too worried about them traveling here or this being such a low number because their defense has been very good. Virginia, they're going to show up big in this game going up against Clemson. Clemson, they are pretty good. They're 14-6 on the year, but they're just nothing to write home about outside of PJ Hall. I'm not too worried about anybody on this Clemson roster, and we've seen what Virginia can do. They have probably one of the top 3 defenses in the country. Their offense is doo-doo on a stick, but if you can hold your opponent to under 60 points, you don't really have to be that good on offense. So I'm going to go with Virginia here +5. I feel like they're just going to command this game. They might even win it outright, so I love that we're getting points.
Yeah, the thing about Virginia is, I mean, they're not great offensively, but they're pretty efficient. They don't allow their opponents to have a lot of possession. So I do like to play there with the +5 going up against Clemson. I'm going to take Wichita State. They're going to win this game outright against Memphis. I've had a lot of problems with Memphis, especially over the last 4 or 5 games. Penny Hardaway Jr. is making a mockery of coaching, benching David Jones every time he throws a turnover. That's an NBA-ready player. David Jones should not be leaving the floor anytime. Memphis has dropped 4 consecutive games. Eyeball test, UAB, eyeball test against Rice. This is a bad team right now. Memphis, they have nothing going for them. David Jones is the best player on the floor. He keeps getting benched, returning the ball over. Wichita State, they're not a good team either. But this is definitely a spot that Wichita State can win. I'm going to take the +10.5. I'm going to take them on the money line. Wichita State in the first matchup, they scored 80+ points on Memphis. They got to get some stops. They allowed Memphis to score 100+ points, but if they get some stops, which they are, the much better defense in this game, they're going to win this one outright. So give me Wichita State as the dog of the week for myself. Trey, let's go to the parlay lock, 2-leg lock, and then let's build a parlay, a bigger parlay for the people. I'll have you start for the lock.
Yeah, boys, I got to go with the GOAT James here, +6.5 going up against the Knicks. If AD plays in this game, this line is just way too favored here with the Lakers. They're going to dominate here in this game. Okay, well, they might not dominate, but they're at least going to win this game. So we're getting 6.5 points here. And I feel like that is just too many points. The Knicks, yes, they have one of the most elite defenses, but their offense is nothing to write home about. And the Lakers, they can muck it up right there with you. They're going to be able to slow this game down, force these possessions to go exactly like the Knicks like to do. The Lakers can play the Knicks style. I'm not sure that the Knicks have enough firepower to keep up with AD and LeBron, though. So I'm going to go with my Lakers +6.5 versus the New York Knicks.
Yeah, I love that lock for you. And my lock's going to be basically Kansas as an underdog at home in Lawrence. I can't remember the last time Kansas was an underdog playing in Allen Fieldhouse. So I'm going to take KU +2.5 going up against Houston, the best defense in the nation, probably a top 10 offensive efficiency team. I haven't looked up that number, but I'm sure Houston's right up there. I know they ranked number 2, I believe, in KenPom, maybe even number 1 now. But I'm going to take KU here. I've been bad-mouthing KU all season long, but they do still have Hunter Dickinson. Kevin McCullough coming off that injury. He's going to play in this game. Allen Fieldhouse, the energy. I mean, if you've been there, you know it's the loudest stadium in college basketball. People are going to be excited. One of the biggest games on a Saturday slate. I think KU wins the game, so I'm going to take them +2.5 here It's hard to win on the road. 25-42 for away teams in the Big 12. So I like KU as the play, plus 2.5 as the lock. Trey, let's go to FanDuel, and let's try to build a little bit bigger of a parlay for the people. Let's start with the 11 o'clock games. Anything jump out to you? I kind of want to take Wichita State plus 10.5, but I know you might not trust it.
I don't trust it, but if you are too confident in it, then I mean, if you believe that Wichita State can keep this game low scoring and muck it up, then I think that they can win.
I've watched Memphis 3 straight games. They are bad. I mean, I know Wichita State's bad too, but Memphis has not been a good team. They have not been a good team. I think 10.5 is way too many. So I like Wichita State if you're okay with it.
All right, I love Wichita State. So now it's time for me to throw my leg in there, and this is a very, very massive and pretty good college basketball slate, like Bear was saying earlier. In the game that I love, I'm going to go with Marquette here, minus 11.5 versus Georgetown. Georgetown, they are not good at all. Marquette, they're on a mission this year after they blew their opportunity in the Elite Eight last year. They're looking to get a high seed and play a lot of cupcake matchups and a role in the March Madness like they planned on last season. It all starts with winning the Big East games that they should, like Georgetown. So I'm going to go with Marquette here, minus 11.5 as my first additional leg.
All right, so we got 2. Are we going with? I see 4 in there. Are we going with 2 or 4?
I added in the Lakers and KU. Do you want me to take those out?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Keep it in the parlay logs. That's fine with me. All right, let's go to a later game. I'm scrolling through here trying to find a matchup that I like. Ooh, North Texas against South Florida. North Texas minus 6.
South Florida's looked pretty good in the American Conference, but
no.
I mean, the defense is going to be stifling in that game for sure for both teams.
South Florida's been really good. They've covered the
over
spread.
under 129.5.
I know. That's what I was looking at. I was like, well, that's kind of challenging to take the under. I'm going to take, for my next play, Duke plus 4.5. Rivalry game. I don't think North Carolina wins that one by 4.5. I don't even know if they win the game. So I'm going to take Duke plus 4.5. Great defense is going to win that game. I'll take Duke.
I feel like I am good on college basketball. So if you have another one you can throw out, I'm going to throw out one more NBA. So if you have another college basketball throw out, you can throw it out now.
Go over to the NBA. I'm good. I'll check while you're looking.
All right, this is going to be my last leg. I'm very excited to watch this game. I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets plus 4.5. If Ben Simmons plays, it is projected from the play. I'm pretty sure it's going to be his first time going back to Philadelphia. If it's not, it doesn't really matter. But I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to show up big in this game. It's just Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers right now. I mean, Tobias Harris, he's looked good at some times this season, but he's kind of a shell of his former self. So I expect the Brooklyn Nets to kind of show up here in this big game. They're kind of going to be playing for Ben here, and I expect them to show up big. Mikal Bridges is going to be playing hard. And the Philadelphia 76ers, I'm not just so sure that Tyrese Maxey can go 30-plus against them.
All right, 6-leg parlay. 10 pays 460, looks like.
465, baby.
Love it. Love the play there on a Saturday. Huge slate, college basketball and NBA. All right, Trey, let's go to the member wheel spin. $50 wheel spin. I'll have you shuffle that up. And to get on this wheel, all you got to do is join our YouTube channel, $4.99 a month. It comes out to like 13 cents a day, Trey said. So just join it. You get a chance to win $50 every week. Go ahead and spin that wheel when you're ready.
All right. Good luck, everybody. And I hope everybody can win this $50 at some point here. Let's go.
Oh.
Damari Bostic.
Monty Bostic. Mr. Bostic. We will put your name up on our next member YouTube video for you to claim that $50. Dennis, what's up, man? I know Dennis has won before, so yeah. All right, Trey, anything you want to add?
No, just thank you for all of our members who are members. Shout out you. We make those videos for you guys daily, and we only have 30, so we take time out of our day to make videos for only 30 people. So shout out to people who are members, and if you're interested, just go to our YouTube channel. And if you're not interested, just watch our free videos. We enjoy making those for you guys as well.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the live show tonight. We appreciate all you guys being here. Thanks for commenting in the chat. Make sure you guys check out our college basketball and NBA videos coming out tomorrow for the free side. And also check out the website, bearsproperplays.com. Again, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow's videos, all right? Have a good night, guys.